Hello friends and welcome back to Inception Reactions 21 Pilots. It is interlude number 5, I think. Yeah, 5. I was searching around for some Josh Dunn things this morning because I do want to do a Josh specific interlude. I was having some issues, mostly because there's hundreds of comments for me to go through to find the suggestions that have been given to me over the last few weeks in the Josh space. I did learn this morning in my Josh Dunn research that he's married to Debbie Ryan. No idea. I had no idea whatsoever. I did see there's a house tour of their house, so I might have to check that out. For today, I wanted to get back to the live room. For my first interlude, I reacted to Holding On to You from the live room. Since then, the interludes have mostly included the live from Fox Theater. I saw that the car radio was done in the live room, so I wanted to check it out because it's one of the songs I know. Another issue I had this week was Chlorine and Bandito. I was having trouble finding live performances that didn't include other songs with it that I haven't heard yet. So blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I want to pick up the cadence of the journey more than I have, but life is, this is my hobby and I can only dedicate so much time to it right now. Long-term goal, we'll talk later. Without further ado, 21 Pilots, car radio captured in the live room. Let's do it.
This song is called Car Radio.
All right, so they're wearing masks. Car Radio was on their self-titled album, as far as I remember. It was not on Blurry Face. Yeah, it was on their self-titled album. What are the significance of the masks here? To me, this is before the Blurry Face, before any of the lore or any of those things. So let me know.
This song is called Car Radio.
It's such a great song. Josh has a much larger drum set here.
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I yacht to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer.
Sometimes quiet is violent. I'm going to be picking up on new things again because early in the journey, I was doing a lot more listening and less breaking down. The desperation in the song comes out immediately with Tyler's first line. I mentioned it in the first video. If you've ever had he's using the car radio being stolen as a metaphor. Understood. However, if you've ever literally had your car radio stolen, or really anything stolen out of your car, or anytime your space was invaded when you weren't around and something was taken, it wasn't about those possessions. It was about that invasion of space. And it was still to this day, my car radio was stolen 25 years ago. Still to this day, I know that feeling. That feeling of violation, and I don't like to use that word either. There's a lot more serious things that word is used for versus someone invading your space and stealing your stuff. But it felt like that. It's a really icky feeling. You feel that right away, and he's using it as a metaphor, but he brings you to it. It doesn't have to be the car radio. It's bringing you to what makes you tick, right? What makes your world go round was taken from you. Heavy stuff.
Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer.
When we reacted to Holding On to You, I didn't know at the time that Josh typically plays on a very stripped down drum kit. Here, he's almost got he's got a full set here. That's cool. I like it.
Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer inside. It's on my sleeve, my skin will scream, reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction, a mask is real. I could pull the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Ooh, those drums. I think my dog might be wanting to come inside. False false alarm. My dog will sit outside the door and whine, so I thought I heard whining. It's in the mix. I just heard it again. There's a nice little switch up.
Reminder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. Defined over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Am I too deep? Please stop thinking. I liked it better when my cards down. There are things we can do, but from the things that work there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do, a piece of win and fear will lose. It is faith in this sleep. We need to pick one piece, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am trying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace a slap with what
I had completely forgot about that alive and death and that whole scheme there that really stood out to me the first time I watched this. And the way he goes through this line, the life, the death. Also, I want to be this sound engineer. I'm terrible, but I could try.
Things we can do, but from the things that work there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do,
right
a piece of win,
right up here.
It is faith in this sleep. We
Just
need
faith
to
in
pick
this
one
sleep.
piece, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am trying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to
Just
replace a slap with what I once bought, cause somebody stole my car radio, and now I just sit in silence.
I love that. He's got half his keyboard on the piano and the other half on the synth.
Of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They're filled with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once got, cause somebody stole my car radio, and now I just sit in silence.
I want that to go on for so much longer. I'm gonna watch this part again when he gets up on the piano. That sent all the chills down my entire body. They're by themselves in this room, yet you still get the same performance out of them. Tyler jumping up on the piano, like, who's he doing that for? He's doing it for himself. It brings more emotion to the song. Just the simple getting up there and when the beat drops. Even if you weren't seeing this performance, you'd probably be able to feel it, feel that energy there. It's pretty incredible. Man, Josh on those drums. I do like his usual simple setups. If you know anything about me, I like simple structures. Music doesn't always have to be so intricate that you have to sit there and like, oh, that's cool. Intricate music is cool. And I'm not saying that their music isn't intricate. It is. However, I really love the stripped down music in many situations, not just 21 Pilots. Even though they stripped it down, it's just the two of them in this room, brought in some more drums into the kit. But even though they're still performing as if they're in front of an audience, and that energy comes right through. That was incredible. I want to go back and do that piano jump again, because talk about feeling. And Josh just goes ham on the kit here. Just.
And now what you said!
It's like looking down at the crowd. Look at that.
And now what you said! And now what you said! And now what you said is silence! And now what you said is silence! And now what you said is silence! And now what you said!
I want this outro just to keep going.
I ponder something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They're filled with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I'm on spot. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
And then the song just ends. And then you just sit in silence and the song just cuts. I love it. All right, now for something a little lighter. As far as I know, this is 21 Pilots, just Tyler Joseph playing Can't Help Falling in Love at a wedding. I don't know if the wedding is part of his family. I want to say it was like his brother or something, but I could be totally wrong. I don't want to say that wrong. But yeah, it looks like they did something really special for this wedding. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's do it. I'm assuming that's the groom. Yep.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
I remember my first look. Very special moment.
Oh my God. Babe,
Did you think this is what I was going to get?
this is incredible. I've got words. They're there.
You look handsome.
I swear.
I love you.
Babe, you look amazing.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help
I love his voice.
falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't
Cute.
tell? Falling in love with you.
Brennan, fly fishing with a cheese board and bottle of wine. From that day, I was hooked. See what I did there?
Calm down, Greg.
Your jokes are rubbing off on me. I tell friends it was the best date I ever went on. Glad that first date didn't work out. I sure love the people we became once we met for our second first date. I always had an idea of who I thought my partner would be. I just never thought it would be this good. I'm so honored to call you my husband. I love you.
Cute.
In the words of the great Harry Burns, I'm here because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. I love you, Melanie, and I cannot wait to spend a beautiful life together.
Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Oh, take my hand, take my whole
He's actually there.
Too, 'cause I can tell, falling in love with you. Oh, I can tell, falling in love with you.
Wow. Groomsman Kevin O'Connor. That was cute.
Babe, I was like, who's Harry Burns? That's my favorite movie. Thank you.
I love you.
That was cute. All right, I'll give my quick opinion on weddings. As I've gotten older, I've been married for 10 years now, and we had a decent-sized wedding, spent more money than we wanted to, and it was very, very special. An entire weekend, actually. It was very special. But as I've gotten older and I went through that wedding, the excess of the whole thing can be too much for me. And I'm not saying anything that people can't do their weddings however they want to. It's their weddings. But the culture around the wedding and the amount of money that goes behind it is kind of gross to me. With that said, my wife and I did something similar. We had a much larger wedding than we had originally anticipated. When it becomes about the money, it's different. The dynamic is different. I'm not going to take away from this happy couple. They looked extremely happy. They went all out for their wedding. It was beautiful. Having Tyler Joseph play at your wedding live, wow. That had to be, I'm going to go ahead and assume that they know Tyler Joseph, or at least are connected in some way, or maybe they just paid for him. And then my question would be, what's Tyler's going rate? Because I'll get married again. Yeah, that was a really beautiful video. And I loved Tyler singing. It was a little bit of a different version than the one that they did in the van and with the crowd. Again, I'm trying to keep that excess out of my brain so that it doesn't get into my opinions too much here, because I listened to this for Tyler and it was cute. So again, if you've got some good suggestions on Josh Dunn specific videos, let me know. I found some. I know some of you have already posted, but it kind of got lost in the sea of comments. I'm going to keep going and looking again. If you're not subscribed already, you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video. Most importantly, go over to 21 Pilots. Show them all the love in the world. I know you do. I don't have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because it is important. All right? As always, take care of yourself. Look after each other. Take what you brought with you. Peace.